Hey, friends. Welcome back to Skybriedge. Today we're diving into the story of KWINIKA, the police officer who blew the whistle on 45 million IMS a catcher grabber. Deland paid the price. He was brutally beaten by fellow officers, removed from his post, and later dismissed for exposing corruption within the SAPS Crime Intelligence Division. Stay tuned. We'll unpack what happened, how it fits into the bigger picture of police corruption, and what it means for whistleblower protection in South Africa. Here are the facts. KWINIKA helped expose an inflated 45 million purchase of IMSI eavesdropping devices disguised as cell towers after submitting a memo to Ramaphosa and Becky, questioning the police commissioner's fitness for office. KWINIKA was assaulted on the 27th of March 2019 by colleagues, suffering broken ribs, a broken hand, a damaged eardrum, and partial vision loss in one eye. Criminal charges against him were withdrawn in 2020, but he was placed on special leave, expelled from the police union, and ultimately forced out of the service in 2021. He is now battling to regain his job and is set to testify at the Commission of Inquiry into recent allegations made by Makwazi. The assault and firing of a whistleblower like KWINIKA lays bare systemic failures in protecting those who speak truth to power. When officers who expose corruption become targets, it erodes public trust and dissuades others from coming forward. This case should spur a robust review of whistleblower safeguards within SAPS, ensuring that internal investigations can proceed without fear of violent retaliation or career sabotage. Looking ahead, the Commission of Inquiry into SAPS leadership under offers a critical opportunity. If KWINIKA's testimony prompts accountability, both criminal and disciplinary, it could create a precedent for greater transparency. However, without swift legal reforms and independent oversight, whistleblowers will remain vulnerable, and deep-rooted corruption will continue to thrive. What's next for us as a country? Let's follow developments at the Commission of Inquiry and watch for policy changes around whistleblower protection, not forgetting to keep an eye on public hearings and statements from civil society groups like Corruption Watch, pushing for stronger safeguards. Engage with a conversation. Share your views on how to support officers who risk everything to expose wrongdoing. Thank you for watching KWINIKA's story. If you found this video valuable, please ring the notification bell to stay updated on breaking investigations. Drop your thoughts in the comments. How can we better protect whistleblowers in South Africa? Share this video with friends, colleagues, and on social media to spark a wider conversation. Your engagement makes a difference. Let's keep demanding accountability, transparency, and justice together. Watch KWINIKA, interviewed by Mingambi. Let us pray for KWINIKA and other whistleblowers. I'll see you in the next episode. Bye.
Let's bring you this now. The South African Police Service continues to face scrutiny after explosive claims by KZN Police Commissioner Lieutenant General Nhlanhla Mkhwanazi. Earlier this month, President Ramaphosa announced a commission of inquiry into allegations surrounding the SAPS leadership. KWINIKA is hoping to use that inquiry as a platform to continue his fight to be reinstated. The former top cop was axed in 2021, and he joins me in studio now for that discussion. Mr. KWINIKA, good evening to you. Thank you very much for your time. I just need to preface our discussion that we bring you here based on a story that we have read in the Sunday Times today. It's important that we credit them, but your story, if we're going to be able to encapsulate it in this short time, it will wake South Africans up to what is going on within the South African Police Service. So let's start with the date of 27 March 2019. What happened to you on that day?
Thank you, Toli. I think it is the 22nd of March. I was when I was the president of the South African Policing Union. I was invited by the National Commission of Police, General Stole, to discuss issues which he said there were issues of importance coming from Parliament. And I went there. In fact, initially I did not want to, because I felt that the General Secretary could do that job and bring it back to the union. But I have been receiving irritating calls which were insisting that I should attend that meeting. At last I did, and when I arrived there, that meeting took 20 minutes. And then I said, 20 minutes?
Who were you meeting with?
The National Commissioner of Police, General Stoll.
All right.
With his team. Now, and then I realized that something is amiss. You know, it can't be 20 minutes. I mean, they insisted from 7:15. Now it's 12 o'clock. They were waiting for me. I should be hearing something big, you know, which needed my attention. Right. But only to be told that, no, look, the budget that you were looking for, it's only going to be made available to you at the end of the month or the first week of April. And that was it. So as I left his office, I was overwhelmed by anxiety, you know, and then I made a U-turn. I went back and I said, I don't believe this is why you called me here. There is something big that is coming. And not knowing that when I was in the office with him, they were busy setting up a tracking device on my car. When I left the building, then I realized that I was being followed. Then I informed the General Secretary that I'm not following you because I'm being followed. So I went straight to the bank, and at the bank, I had to pay SARS and to withdraw petty cash for my house. And from there, I had to use, you know, shortcuts to the office. Later that evening, I was then tracked down to Bosman Street. But because of fear now, I then phoned one of my colleagues who then told me that they were at Corner Justice Mohammed, and there's another street there in Maklunek.
Right.
So I drove there only to tell them that, guys, I'll need someone to drive with because I'm being followed. So we waited there for almost an hour, prepared for these guys, you know, to prepare themselves so that they can take me home. And then I was attacked by a huge contingent of vehicles from a team called Operation Kaimla.
So these are fellow police officers.
These are fellow police
who are
officers.
now attacking you, and they are arresting you for what?
They brought up charges of criminal injury, assault on police, public disturbance, drinking in public. So
were you drinking at the time?
No, I was not drinking. And if I was drinking, they had the Metro Police with them, they had National Traffic Police with them, they had the whole team, who they could have used to test my blood if I was drinking that night.
All right. So now you've laid this background. Let's understand why, to your mind, you were attacked that night. What had you done that would have led to what happened to you on the 22nd of March, 2019, you say?
I strongly believe that as the president of SAPO, I have been confronting issues right on. I remember on the 6th of February when I tuned into a radio, that is Power FM, when General Mawela was appointed the Provincial Commissioner for Gauteng. And I phoned in there and I said, it is not through excellence that you are here. It is not because of merits that you are here. I strongly believe that you don't deserve the position because of what transpired in Vuwani. We had 28 schools banned under his watch. And then I was confronted by the communities who said, please, can we use you to expose this team that is busy banning the schools? And then I phoned him I phoned him and I said, the schools are burning. We got 3 schools burning. We cannot continue and we cannot allow this situation to continue unabated. And then he said he will come back to me. And he never came back to me. 28 schools burned under his watch.
Elias Mawela.
Elias
This
Mawela.
is the former commissioner of Gauteng.
Yes.
All right.
And I was full with anger because I felt I had failed the communities who wanted services from me. And when there was a change of guard, Patlani took over in 2016-17, somewhere there. I confronted him because schools at that time were still burning. Remember, they only stopped at 28. Patlani's intervention had helped to stop the burning of those schools.
Right.
So that's why I confronted him on the 6th of February when he was appointed to say, I don't think this is meritorious. This is a political appointment. And I think he was unhappy about it. But on the 20th again, I wrote a letter to the president of the country as a president of the union again. And I informed him that we need to institute a judicial commission of inquiry and look into the fitness of the sitting general, at that time it was General Stoll, fitness to hold office. And why was it so? It was because of the way policing was handled at that time, and including the issue of the 45 million grabber machine, which...
Let's educate the viewer again, or remind them what the grabber was, because this was a huge story leading to an ANC conference in 2017. What is the grabber and why was it so controversial at the time?
A grabber machine is an interception tool that intercept people's calls.
Basically, it's a tool to spy on people.
Yes.
Okay.
And it was said to be an instrument the conference needed. You will recall that General Vuma, General Tsumane, General Sithole, they were caught, entering the courtyard to go and have a meeting with the iView, the individual who was selling that product. On a piece of paper, it was written there by General Vuma that this instrument is needed because there are international communities who have got interest in the ANC conference. We don't request a tool such as that one without recommendations that are coming from the operatives themselves. So there was no documentation that was coming from the operatives which suggested that there should be the buying of such a tool. That was one thing. Second thing is that that instrument could be sourced at the tune of about 7.5 million rand. They wanted one instrument at the tune of 45 million rand. And that did not augur well with us.
And so it was on that basis that you said a board of inquiry must be instituted on the fitness of General Ketla Stole at the time, who was the police commissioner. You then write to the presidency, as you say. What is the response to them or from them?
Yeah, I received a response from Mr. Robert Rekoto saying that the protocol in that office is that such incidents such as these ones have to be referred back to the department. But I indicated that the department is responsible, is part of this issue. You will recall, Xoli, that at the Constitutional Court, General Sithole's affidavit have disclosed the involvement of the then Minister of Police, Fikile Mbalula, as one of the people who have been instrumental in the buying of that ETH. So the ministry was already tainted about this issue. Yeah. Now, I wouldn't be bothered with the department, with the office of the president, if they were to go to the minister to solicit an answer to the call that I've made. But for them to just take it and drop it at that level, I felt betrayed.
I want to deliberately marry your story and understand, or perhaps ask for your opinion as to why you think General Mkhwanazi has acted in the way that he did. So you say you write to the presidency to say General Stole must be investigated and his fitness for office tested. But the presidency says, go back to the police ministry. Do you believe that Mkhwanazi was actually correct in handling things the way he did, which is to not go through due process, as often we would be told, and instead he decided to just go public?
No, we were shocked, to learn the way he did it. But we also were mindful. I am very mindful of the system within the South African Police Service. They put you into a protocol environment and they manage it. And then at the end, they know what is the result that they are looking for. And I think General Mkhwanazi's presence around this have given him an experience, to act the way he did. Because I believe that he might have been, observed or experienced the same thing that I have experienced. And to such an extent that he decided that, no, I am not going to go into that hole. I have to go public.
So let's conclude your story, therefore. You say you support this inquiry. In fact, you want to testify in this inquiry. Your assault, have you ever found out why you were assaulted the way that you were, and at least your belief that you were followed and things happened to you as a result of you submitting a document to say the police management of the time must be investigated? Is that part of the premise?
Look, I really want the commission and even the ad hoc, if possible, I need to go to both of them, because I believe that IPID need to be investigated. And the national prosecuting authorities must be investigated. The 3 advocates who were employed by the SAPS to look into my disciplinary hearing, they must be investigated, because I strongly believe that they did not act diligently, with skill and care, and that they did not maintain the decorum of the court. I also believe that the presiding officers in both the departmental hearing, the hearings which took place there, that is Matlapeng, the advocate Matejwana, advocate Ngobese, advocate Mbuweni, these people need to answer, because what they did is against the Prevention of Corrupt Activities Act, Prevention and Combating of Corrupt Activities Act. I also want the National Commissioner of Police to explain to, not to me, but to the public and the police officials, why didn't they respond to the issues that are placed before him?
Yeah.
He had not followed the requirements of the PFMA Section 38, which says that accounting officers, when corruption is reported to them, they need to take necessary steps on that. The issue of the LPC, I spoke to Advocate Fourie. I want him to explain, not only to me, again, to the public, when we report the conduct of the advocates, of the legal people,
of the lawyers.
Of the lawyers. They need to deal with those issues. They must not tell me that I have got another avenue where I can ventilate this thing. Arbitrations does not look at the conduct of the lawyers. It is the LPC that has to deal with it.
Finally, you also want your job back. You were a lieutenant colonel in the police when you lost your job in 2021. These are now your personal circumstances. How has all of this affected your personal life?
Look, I think I've been in the service for 33 years. My whole pension, when I was dismissed, it was taken over by SARS. I haven't, not even a cent. I left the SAPS, not even a cent was paid to me. I had properties. I lost everything. I'm going to lose the last property now on the 27th of October, 2025. Now,
If what?
if I am unable to convince the court that I have got money to pay for that property, they will take it. And that will be done with me for reporting crime, for being a whistleblower. And I strongly believe that maybe these two institutions will be able to remedy the situation that I'm faced with. I have done nothing wrong. I have never taken a cent from the SAPS. I was never taken a disciplinary process for misconduct in the SAPS, let alone the issue of crime. I could have been erratic, in using the gun against people. I have never done anything. I have a clean record. But the police management and the executive authorities decided to gun for me. For what? For reporting crime.